Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. It's an abnormally small slate of NBA action here on a Friday night. Only 6 games to choose from this evening. However, still some pretty nice value, I think, across the odds boards here tonight. For our first NBA pick of the day, we're going to start it off with a central divisional battle between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Detroit Pistons here, where the Pistons come in as a 6.5 point favorite in the Motor City. Total of 193.5. Now, the Bucks have been one of the biggest disappointments, I think, of any team so far this season, especially in the Eastern Conference. After looking like one of the better and more up-and-coming teams last season in the East during the playoffs, almost knocking off the Chicago Bulls in the first round. A lot of high hopes this season coming in after acquiring Greg Monroe, and in Greg Monroe's revenge trip back to Detroit tonight, the Bucks actually might be a pretty good play at plus 6.5. Now the Pistons have obviously been exceeding expectations, but with the Bucks being playing below expectations, I think that's led to them being slightly undervalued here tonight as 6.5 point underdogs. And on top of that, they've actually played a little bit better over their last 3 games, despite going 1-2 straight up. Bucks have averaged giving up only 85 points per game, and in their last 7 meetings with the Detroit Pistons, the Bucks have cashed in all 7 of them. On top of that, one this season here. So I think combined with their bad play and their road woes, the fact that they haven't won a game so far on the road, while I still think that will maintain tonight, I do think the Bucks can keep this one close enough to cover the 6.5 here. So take the points with Milwaukee, add it to your NBA picks. Next up is the Rockets and the Mavericks, a Western Conference battle here between two Texas teams this evening, and the Dallas Mavericks come in as a 5.5 point favorite. Total of 209.5 in this one. It's the total where I'm looking at here tonight. It's one of the highest on the evening outside of Phoenix and the Washington Wizards. I think the Rockets and Mavs could easily cash the over here in this one. Give you a good way to cap off your NBA picks for this evening here. The over is 4-2 in Houston's last 6 games, giving up about 107, 108 points per game this season. Dallas should have no problem scoring on Houston this evening here. Despite the high total, still think the over is the play here. As Houston, so far over the last 4 games, have actually been playing a little bit better on offense. They've won 3 of their last 4, scored about 111 points per game in that 4 game stretch, and giving up about 102 points per game to the Western Conference this season as well. 3 of the last 4 meetings between these two teams have gone over, including one this season already. So I'm going to take the over here at 209.5. Add that to the Bucks plus 6.5. Those are your NBA picks of the day. Best of luck to you on both those. Make sure you check out my other play tonight on Phoenix and the Wizards. But until then, for Sportsbook Review, I'm Jordan Sharp.